Hello everyone, and thank you for watching Fayetteville Public Utilities Channel 6. I'm Sarah Mike Young, and in our studio today we have two very special guests with us. We have Randy Cowley, and we have Miss Kay Cowley with us today, and we're going to talk about the 115th Annual Lincoln County Fair. It does not seem like it has been that long, but it has been going on that long, guys.
Yeah, that's a long time. So
it is a long time.
And we're proud to continue the tradition. You're right, this is our 115th year. So.
It's an amazing tradition for Lincoln County, Fayetteville and Lincoln County. And before we get into talking about the fair, I'll let you guys introduce yourselves and tell people at home who you are. I told them that you were Randy and Kay Cowley, but maybe I should let you tell a little bit more about yourselves.
That's about it. That's about it. I'm Randy Cowley. I'm the president of the Lincoln County Fair this year, 2019, and proud to do so. We have a great group of volunteers that put the fair on every year. It's what it takes. It's all volunteer organization, and it's a lot of hard work and a lot of time goes into getting it ready. We started about 30 days after the fair left last year to start preparing for this year, and it's been a constant work ever since. And we've got a great group of people to help us do this.
It's definitely a labor of love. We bring in, I mean, not only is all of our family involved, but also all the other board members bring in their families and their friends, and it just, we call it our fair family, and that's kind of how it works. We enjoy it.
There's not that many of you guys. Actually, it is a volunteer organization, but it's when you look at all the nights that the fair's here and all the activities that go on during the fair, you know, you should point out it's not like there's hundreds and hundreds of people. There's not that many of you guys that work really diligently and hard.
That's correct.
And most of us have a regular job, you know, that you have to kind of fit in your volunteer work around, and so it makes it kind of interesting sometimes. But somehow or another, it gets done.
We've had so many people that they get off work, they're down there during the week, especially this time of year, or on weekends, spend their weekends down there. We've got about 100 people on our board. Some has more free time than others, but everybody tries to contribute their part, and it takes every one of them to make this happen.
Absolutely. You know, you say 100, and that sounds like a lot of folks, but it's really not when you come down to it and you're working as hard as you guys are working. Really, right. As you said, 30 days after the 114th fair was over, you know, you said it took about a month, and then we started back in planning and looking.
And a lot of counties that have 4-day fairs or 5-day fairs, or, you know, ours actually is an 8-day fair, so it does take a lot of people. And like Kay said, everybody has jobs to do and their own personal home life to take care of with children and so forth and so on. So everybody pitches in when they can, and we just see it all kind of comes together.
It all comes together. Yeah. Well, as you said, this year is the 115th fair, and let's tell everybody at home what the theme is this year for the fair.
Homegrown, handmade, and farm fresh.
Like it.
And I'll let actually, if I can show the cover.
Absolutely.
Our cover of our magazine, our catalog this year, and I'll let Kay tell you how this came about. But we try to, we have a different theme every year, and this one popped up, and I have to give kudos to Miss Ruthie Jeans for usually coming up with our cover and the saying for our what do you call it? Theme for that year.
Ruthie starts, I don't know that she waits 30 days till after the fair, but we've already started thinking about the theme for next year. But when, after the fair, a friend of hers and a friend of the fair, Miss Dana Williams, had won a few things in the Creative Living building, and she set them out in front of her barn and took a picture of them and then sent it to Ruthie. Well, that was Ruthie's inspiration for the cover. And of course, she passed it on to the exchange. And, all the folks there are so good to work with us and, to take our ideas and actually put them on paper. So that was the catalyst. Miss Dana Williams' picture that she took was actually the catalyst for the program or the cover. And if you'll notice on the front of the cover, there's an Amish barn quilt up there. That was kind of added at the last minute because that is what we're going to use to decorate around the fairgrounds. That's our inspiration this year because we couldn't think of a better thing to represent the theme of homegrown, handmade, and farm fresh. We hesitate just a minute because sometimes we get those two H's backwards, so we catch each other and make sure we say it right. But, you know, those are just the perfect symbol of what we want to represent, because we are a true agricultural fair. And, you know, we're all about the things that our farmers do for us as a community, for our economy, for our nation. And we want to honor those farmers and those ag producers and show really what they can do. And, you know, the creative people behind the scenes, you know, the people that come up with the artwork and turn their products into household goods and, you know, feed their families from their farms. And it's just a good way to honor them, and we're proud of this. This is one of my favorite covers.
I like the backstory to it. That's really neat. And I don't know that folks at home would know that.
Right, and this is one of my favorite catalogs as well. And like Kay said, as far as agriculture goes, we are an agricultural fair. We will continue to be an agricultural fair. If you've been to some other fairs, they're a little more. Some of them are a little more commercialized. Yes, we have commercial, we have our sponsors. We cannot do it without sponsors. But at the same time, we want to stay true to our heritage of an agricultural fair, and we're going to do that one way or the other. So that's why we have all the cattle shows and all the livestock shows, and anything we try to tie to the fair, we try to make sure it's agriculture.
And there's lots of different shows, and we'll get into that, because if you've got an animal, I bet there's a show for it.
That's it.
And that's what makes it really neat, and to watch the young people that come out and show those animals, you don't want to miss that. But there are so many other things that folks don't want to miss this year.
Right.
And that's what's so fun about the fair, is there's something there for everybody.
Yeah, we hope so. We try.
Well, let's start it off, and let's talk about, you know, the fair. It used to be it didn't officially start till Saturday, but we began a few years ago. You guys came up with another idea, and it kind of starts on Friday night. Yeah,
it does. Actually, Kay came up with this 5-6 years ago, maybe, something like that. And it's kind of grown.
Sometimes I wonder, what were you thinking?
It's grown, and it is exactly, and I'll let her expand on it, but it's exactly what it says. It's family fun night. And it's, you know, it's no gate charge, no parking charge. Of course, the carnival's not open, but all the food vendors have decided that, hey, this crowd's getting to be pretty big, so the food vendors open up. But the carnival's not. It's just not, you know, it's really not feasible for him to open on that Friday night. But I'll let her expand on the Friday night.
Well, this started as kind of as an outreach, because we know that there are families in the community that, you know, it would strap their budget to bring their kids to the fair. But part of the excitement is, you know, being on the grounds and the lights and the, you know, just the activity. And of course, we have our barbecue competitors who are setting up that night and starting to cook. So there was already a lot of fun and a lot of things going on the grounds. So I thought, okay, there's a way to make this even more fun. So we've come up with, they're nothing elaborate. They're just like homemade carnival games or things that we have begged, borrowed, and stolen from, you know, different ideas around. And we do have some bounces, a bounce slide and a bounce house that this year is being sponsored. And so we're really, really excited, you know, about that, to bring the kids to the fair. And probably the best thing that's come up just last year was we decided to do hopscotch. And because so many of these kids don't know what hopscotch is. So we reached out to a group on Facebook, and probably a lot of your viewers will follow this page. It's called LC Rocks. And so I reached out to them about painting rocks for us to use as the hopscotch markers. So if a child wants to come up and play hopscotch, last year we had a lot of adults playing hopscotch. Those were some really interesting moments to photograph. But
it's childhood memories.
It is, and that's what makes it so much fun. But they'll come out, they'll use the rocks as the hopscotch markers, and they can take them with them. So we've already had the Senior Citizen Center has already done some for us, and they're beautiful. These rocks are actually works of art, and so we want to invite everybody else to come out and just do hopscotch and get a rock.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything that we do in front of the grandstands that day is free. All we ask is that the kids get an armband so that we can just kind of keep track of who's there. First Commerce Bank is a sponsor, of course. We put a lot of the fair's money into it. And then RK Transport, which is mine and Randy's company. We feel passionate about this, so we support it with our money. And then Bounce Big Party Rentals is donating our bounce houses this year. So we appreciate them for doing that.
It'll be a great time. It'll be fun. It's like you said, it's free.
Right. And we try to let them walk away with little things like you'd see at the PTO carnivals, little prizes like that.
But it'll be fun. There's
Yes,
going to
it's
be
fun.
cornhole.
It's fun. Yes, the cornhole
pedal
tournament's a
tractor
big
races.
deal.
Are you racing a pedal tractor?
No.
He races stick horses.
Stick horses is not my style.
So Miss Kay's got the pedal tractor.
Right.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
But we do, if anybody's interested in the cornhole tournament, we've already got like 20 teams. The entry fee this year is $30, but all of it's payback. We don't keep any of that money. That's just for everybody to come one more time, just to have fun that night. And it's a 50, 30, 20 payback, and we've already got almost 20 teams.
Wow.
So,
if you're interested in that, they need to go out to the Facebook page, which is another thing that folks definitely you want them to do is go out and find Lincoln County Fair or Fayetteville, Tennessee.
Yes.
But Tennessee, or you might get to Nebraska.
Right, exactly.
Right. But you'll see the cover. The cover's on there.
Absolutely. Go out and check that page out too, because there's all kinds of things that you guys post out there and you want people to know about as well. And that's a great way for them to find out information.
Right. We try to keep that updated. Answer questions. You can message us, anything like that. We try to be quick on the
Absolutely,
responses.
very quick. And also on the website as well. They have a website as well where there's a schedule of events. So anything that if you don't catch it while we're talking about it today, you can go back and watch again the show again, but you can also go out to the website and look too.
Right, that's LincolnCountyFairTN.com.
Right.
And the website has everything the catalog has, and it has entry forms and some other things on there that you can look at. That's been a big plus for us. As well as the social media.
Great resources for folks at home because you want to start researching this now. You want to start making your plans. You want to start looking at
it. Everybody don't camp out there like we do, so you got to make plans on what days you want to go and pick the events you want to go to.
Absolutely. So we talked about Friday night, and that's our family fun night that's free. But then it becomes Saturday, September the 7th. This is it. This is the day, folks.
That's it. This is
the official.
That's the official opening. I guess we consider Friday night as our soft opening, but gives us a trial run of some things. But Saturday is our official opening day, and that's when we have the majority of our customers come through. And it's an armband day. It's $22 admission fee. That covers the concert for Saturday night, and we'll get into that shortly, but that also gives you an armband to ride from open to close. You can just ride all you want to ride. So it's one price for your armband, for the concert, for everything else going on that day, as far as livestock exhibits and create all the creative living building, entries, exhibit building, everything on the grounds. So most people, especially people that call us from out of town asking about concert, we get a lot of calls from out of town about just a concert. And they're, what's the admission? We tell them, and okay, what's it cost to see the concert? Well, that includes the concert. So that they think it's a great deal when they're going to drive from Georgia here for a concert, and it's $22 total to get in the gate and for an armband as well. So they say, okay, so we'll bring our kids and they can ride while we go to the concert. Well, that works for us. So but we've got a great lineup for concerts this time.
The gates open at 10 o'clock that morning.
Correct.
Bell City Amusement, will they be our amusement company again this year?
They are. Bell City Amusement's been with us quite a while.
They're awesome.
They're awesome to work with. They're good. The guys are super nice to work with, and the ladies. We have a very good relationship with our carnival. There's people that want that carnival on the dates that we have it, and he asked that we stick with him, and he's going to stick with us. So that's kind of how we found it works best. I've forgotten. I'm not sure what year this is for him, but he's been there quite a while.
I was going to say he's been there for a pretty
as long
while.
as I've paid attention.
Right.
So.
But they do a great job. But
$22 per person. That's an armband day. Starts at 10 o'clock. You can ride all you want for that's you know.
Come early and stay late.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Let's talk about who our concert is this year and who you'll have on the stage.
Can we zoom in?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
This is just, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
That's good.
This is Riley Green, and he is our headliner for the year. And he, along with him, is The Springs, and then a local favorite called his name is Redbird.
Okay.
And he is a young guy that a lot of people in Fayetteville know, Ricky and Christy Howell. It's their son, and so we're kind of excited about that, and featuring a local performer and I think he's excited about just being able to share the stage with somebody like Riley Green. But we're gonna leave the guys out of this, ladies. This guy's to die for. I mean, he's the stuff. He's got just the perfect traditional country music voice. He's just a sweetie. He has just recently, Brad Paisley brought him on stage to sing one of his more recent songs, I Wish Grandpa's Never Died.
It's cool.
I get chill bumps just thinking about that song. But what he's most famous for and what has recently charted was There Was This Girl. And I know everybody will remember that. I think it actually went to #1 or at least top 10 back in the summer. So we're excited about him. He's going to be good. Okay, now you can talk. I'm through talking about Riley. I'm not really through talking about Riley, but I'll give it up so you can talk about somebody else.
Sure.
Oh, well.
I mean, it looks to me like he's just another dude in the cap.
No, he's not.
Needs a shave.
No.
But they'll be on the Jack Daniels stage.
On the Jack Daniels stage, right. Jack Daniels has always been a good sponsor for us, and it's their stage. They pay for it. Then some, and they're a great sponsor for our concert. We always reach out to them, or they reach out to us. They're just a really good partner when it comes to that kind of event. Like she mentioned, Redbird, he's local. Then we have a group. It's a husband-wife duo, The Springs. She is actually from the Newmarket area, if I'm not mistaken, and he's from southern middle Alabama, Enterprise. Alabama. It's a kind of a unique story. They kind of met it, and I'm not sure I'm telling the story exactly right, but I think it was his agricultural teacher, or one of his teachers, and knew this guy could sing, and was helping him get some small shows to do and stuff. Then met the girl from Newmarket, and they decided to some kind of contest and decided to hook up and sing together. Well, it worked. And they ended up getting married. Oh. So I've talked to their manager for the last couple of years, and trying to get the right fit for them and when they wanted to come. So reached out to him this year back early in the year, and he jumped on it and said absolutely. So they'll be here, and I think you'll be excited to hear them. I think this is an up and coming group, a duo that's going to do well. We're kind of notorious for having people there before the big public knows who they are. I can say her name, half a dozen probably that we've had.
Oh yeah, Kenny Chesney.
Kenny Chesney, we had
Kelly Pickler. I can go through. I can start doing some of them.
We had Chris Lane.
Yep.
We had, of course, the biggest one was Florida Georgia Line.
Right.
It's real funny. I said the first year we had them, Colt Ford wanted to bring them, and I said we really don't have them budgeted. He said, well, they're really good. And he said, I'll just pay for them. So Colt paid for them, but then the second year, they were pretty good hit for us, and we thought everybody liked them. So the next year he charged us for them, which was still a minor fee. I don't know what their fee is now, 1.3 or 4 million for a show. And I said, I remember when we paid them $2,500, And so, but we've had some great entertainment come through there that went on to do some Brett Eldridge, John Party.
There's been a bunch of them.
Yeah. So we're hoping the Springs will be the same way. So, and that's kind of what he told me. He said, we're hoping that we have as much luck as other entertainers have had coming to the Lincoln County Fair. So we hopefully that'll work. But we're looking forward to a really good concert.
And that'll be a lot of fun. $22 gets you in the door. You can get an armband and you can ride and have a good time.
Right. And before we leave that, we've also got to mention that Bell City also helps us sponsor them as the concert, but also Frito-Lay. Yeah. Frito-Lay is a fabulous partner, so we couldn't do it without Frito-Lay. So.
We can't. Sometimes we can't give our sponsors enough credit. We can't put them everywhere they need to be, but without that, it just don't happen. You know, like she said, Frito-Lay's just has been fabulous for us for a lot of years, and you can pick up the phone, I need so-and-so, so-and-so, and they're there. And it's just the way they work. So they're a very good community-oriented company, and so is Jack Daniels. And Bell City's always first in line to work with us on entertainment. So.
Something else that we don't want to pass up before we get started is the season passes. A lot of folks, I don't know if they realize that there are season passes to the fair, that they can get those. They can go on and start trying to find those now and get in touch with you guys about that. They're at the chamber office. But that's $60, and that includes your parking every day.
It does.
It's really a good deal. It begins on Sunday. It doesn't include the first Saturday night, but that's your gate fee and your parking as well. And then we prorate them as the week goes. You can buy them at the chamber, or if you come to the fairground and want to come to the office, we'll get you one there. And so we just change, as each day goes by, we reduce the cost of them.
So
that's a good way to go.
That's a steal
of
a deal. $60 and your parking's included, and you can get in, and that is a steal of a deal. I think folks don't realize that.
It is a deal. And one thing I want to go back to on the concert that I forgot was this year we have you can buy tickets online for the concert, or for that day. Matter of fact, we've had pretty good success so far with online ticket sales. And if you go to our website, LincolnCountyFairTN.com, it'll lead you through where to order the tickets from. That's been pretty good. I think I don't know how many we've sold now, but quite a few. And
there is will call. You can pick them up when you get there,
or they
actually print them out.
Or they will mail them to you for free.
Oh wow!
They'll drop them in the mail to you. So
that's a great deal for folks.
Yeah, it's worked out pretty good. We've got and for the out of town people that want to buy them early. I guess a lot of the people out of town doesn't know, it's pretty well first come, first serve, but they're scared they're not going to be able to get in, but they want to order the ticket ahead of time. So that we've instituted that this year, and that's really, really worked well.
Good. So we want folks to be mindful of that. Again, like we said, the website and the Facebook page are a multitude of information. Go out and find them.
And you don't have to be out of town to order them. I mean, you order them local, then it's just when you come through, you got your ticket, we tear it, and you're ready to go.
You're ready to go. Yeah. There's always something about planning everything out. That's what we go back to. This is to help you plan out your week. You can be prepared.
And we now accept credit cards, debit cards now at the gates. That helps speed things up some. You come through, because a lot of people, including myself, that I said I never would do, but I use my debit card more often now than I ever thought I would. So, we have that available at all the gates too.
That's a good thing to point out to folks as well. So we talked about the season passes, and those are come available on Sunday. So they don't count for Saturday, the first Saturday, but Saturday night. But then, of course, once Sunday rolls around and you have your season tickets, or you've bought tickets for that day, you started coming in. Let's talk about Sunday. Sunday's a big day too.
It is. Well, I'll let you do the.
Oh, okay. That's our quarter horse races, and we have had a tremendous response for the quarter horse races on social media. And I'm excited. It sounds like we're going to have a really good turnout. It sounds like we're going to have some new competitors coming in. Of course, we'll feature the Lincoln County Residents Race, and that's where Leanne and Jedediah English battle it out. And, that's that sibling rivalry. Of course, she's not Leanne English anymore, but, that's that sibling rivalry that I think everybody just waits for. And one of my favorites, I don't know how many entries we'll have, but it's the Dinner Bell Derby. And that's where they come in and they put the mare at one end and they put the foal at the other end, and they turn the foal loose, and whichever foal gets to the mama first and nurses wins. And so that is always it's just so much fun to watch. And then also we have the stick horse races for the little ones and those who act like children.
I lost a bet. That's just kind of it, But we do have stick horse races, and we have stick horses for the kids that's there. If they want to bring their favorite stick horse, they can do that. If not, then we have stick horse races. Stick horses they can race.
Right.
And hopefully, I don't have to this year.
And Sunday is an armband day also. But it is our where we recognize our first responders. and our active and military veterans. And this year, we're proud to say Landers McLarty is a local sponsor that steps up every time we ask them to. Of course, they're a car sponsor that we'll talk about in a little bit. But Sunday is going to be Landers McLarty Day at the fair. And Robert and Rebecca Register, who are our local Toyota dealer here in Fayetteville, they are going to bring all of their employees and their families to the fair, and that's their employee appreciation event. So we're so excited that not only are they helping us honor our first responders and our military, but they're also going to give their employees a day at the fair. So we'll have them a catered lunch, we're going to cook for them, they'll all have t-shirts, and they'll have ride bands and things like that. So we're excited about it.
That's very exciting.
To me, I think that's like the best way that a company can honor their employees. Takes a lot of work off the HR people, to come up with these, fabulous, picnics and things like that they do. And we do all the work. And then they just get to come and have fun.
Absolutely. So, something that we forgot about on Saturday that we definitely need to go back and talk about is barbecue cook-off. We talked about them being there Friday night setting up and getting ready, but that's a big competition. And there's a lot of folks that participate in that.
Yeah.
It is. I know one thing about barbecue cooking. It's good. That's all I know. I've never been asked to be a judge, except for one time. It's not at the fair, it was somewhere else. And I went, yes. I know nothing about it, but
well,
yes.
It was at Landers McLarty.
It was at Landers McLarty. Yeah, he did a barbecue cook-off competition, and he said, would you be a judge? I said, absolutely. I didn't get this big by turning down stuff like that. So it is, and we have a good group that competes, and our categories, we dropped a couple of categories so they don't have to stay all, they don't have to be there all night long cooking. They can start a little early and get it all done. But it's grown. Everybody, we were talking about this the other day. Back 20 years ago, when we started the barbecue competition, it was everybody had a wood-fired grill, some kind, or a charcoal grill or whatever, and they grilled on it. Now we have big cookers and trailers with living quarters in them and air conditioners and gas grills and the big competition cookers and stuff. So we've tried to make room for that as it's grown. We've tried to grow with our electrical hookups and that kind of stuff. But yes, anybody that's not entered the barbecue, it's still time to do it if you want to enter the barbecue, and it's a lot of fun.
And the forms for that are on the website also.
Yeah.
That's a great way.
But our sponsors for that are Gerald's Foodland, Ivy Wreath Florist and Gifts, and then Pendergrass Supply and Rentals. So we appreciate them.
Absolutely, and that's a big deal.
And
if you actually just happen to drive by the fairgrounds on that day, you're going to smell that good food.
You're going to smell the good food. That's right. That's right.
Which brings us to talk about something that's very great about the fair that we've yet to bring up is the food and the vendors. And the amazing food. I feel like just walking down there,
There goes 3 pounds.
Yeah, right there. But it's so good, and there are certain things that we don't necessarily have throughout the year that we don't want to miss out during the fair.
There's just certain food smells that you remember that sticks in your brain when you walk through, and nothing smells better than fair food. Then you throw a little barbecue mixed in with it, barbecue smoke mixed in, and then you get kind of close to the end, you start smelling cotton candy and that kind of stuff.
Not everybody mixes it like you do.
Oh, I do.
I know.
Yeah.
Love it. Can't met that fair foods, but it's so good.
It's just good. That's all.
Absolutely, it is good.
We've got a good combination of local vendors as well as vendors that come in just especially for the fair. So we feel like we've got a good selection that'll hit everybody's taste buds.
Absolutely, you won't go without. Trust me.
No, it's good. It's good food from the front gate to the back gate. I mean, it really is. Like Kay said, most of our locals, or not all of them, but we have some locals behind the grandstand. But we also have locals that set up down the food court that's just fabulous food.
Absolutely. Something that you never want to miss. You don't want to miss that, I'm going to tell you.
She don't have to cook anything that week.
Like I have time.
So we went to Sunday, we were talking about the quarter horse races and telling folks a little bit about that, and that's always fun, and the stick horse races, and we talked a little bit about the rides will be open that day, and it's an armband day, but we also want you to know that the carnival rides don't start till 1 o'clock that day.
Right. And that's the truth for Saturday, both Saturdays and Sunday. They start at 1 o'clock. The rest of the time, they'll start at 5.
Okay.
Even though we're out of school on Friday the 13th, they're still not going to start until 5 o'clock. But there's still time to come down, and kids can come, parents can bring them, and see all the exhibits and the events, and because we will have harness racing that day.
Absolutely.
So just come and expose your kids to Lincoln County tradition. And bring them to the harness races and let them watch that. That's something that they'll always remember.
The harness races will be going on. There'll be shows in the ag barn to see. There's lots to see, even if the rides aren't open. There's still things for you to do, and we want you to come and take advantage of it.
And as Kay said about the harness racing, there's so many kids that don't get a chance to be up close with a cow or up close with a pig or a chicken. Mr. Dan Owen has set up going to do a livestock display this year, because if you get there on Wednesday, then maybe the goats are already gone or the sheep, they're gone, and I got my days mixed up, I know, but maybe okay, where are the chickens? Well, they leave on Wednesday, so you miss those. But he's going to set up a livestock display, so we do have a chicken, we do have some pigs and stuff still on the grounds, even if you don't get there early in the week to see them. So, and a lot of kids just don't get to be around animals like that, and so we're trying to do that this year, and Mr. Dan's going to help us with that.
There's one animal that nobody's ever seen that's going to be there. We have a dinosaur.
A dinosaur?
We have a dinosaur.
So see?
Never know.
You never know what you're going to say.
You didn't expect that one, did you?
I really didn't. I was like, I can't imagine what animal would be down there that nobody's ever seen.
We're actually having dinosaur races on Sunday.
Dinosaur races.
I don't know if he knew about that yet or not. But we're having dinosaur races on Sunday. And then in the exhibit building, there will be a dinosaur experience, so that you can come and take pictures with a dinosaur, and he'll be roaming the grounds and things like that. So
maybe you signed up for that.
he may be one of the dinosaurs. I don't know.
Maybe I'd rather do a stick horse race. I'm a dinosaur, okay?
But Southern Spa is helping us. Amanda Pierce and Jeremy Rowland are helping us with that dinosaur experience out at Southern Sun. So we're excited about that. That's going to be something different.
Yes.
This is a great day, and you might want to mention who the sponsors are for quarter horse racing, and who will be our announcer this year. Do we know yet?
Well, we are still under contract with Mr. Jerry Mansfield and Mr. Bill Neiman, Mayor Neiman. Always enjoy Jerry and Bill doing their commentary, and according to Jimmy Carter, who takes care of and Miss Marriott takes care of the quarter horse racing, they will be back to announce. Jerry said, "I get somebody else." No, we want you. So yes, they'll be there with all their wisdom. It's sponsored by English Service Company, Faith Construction, Fayetteville Animal Clinic, and the Tennessee Harness Horsemen Association, which is a group, local group that heads up a harness horse program that reaches out to anybody that owns harness horses, and they also put on their own races. It's a good organization. About probably 30% of the races that we have at the fair, the harness horsemen actually fund those with nominations, and we have a Tennessee Sire Stakes program that they nominate to, and a Mid-South program they nominate to. So that's what helps us have better harness races, because the purses are better and the better horses come in for that. But quarter horse racing is just a long time tradition. It's a lot of fun. And last year we had I think it rained 6 inches in 30 minutes, but we still had quarter horse races.
But it was fun.
It was fun.
It was a different look.
It actually was. We're standing out there in the rain going, yeah, this is fun.
This is fun.
And the whole time it was. Everybody laughed about being muddy and wet and tracking the mud all through the buildings, but that's okay. We got mops, so we fix it, so no problem.
It was fun. But we want to talk about, so we've gone over Sunday. Let's talk about Monday. Monday is a great day at the fair as well. This is where our beauties, we normally have one set, we actually have beauties 2 nights in a row, but this is this would be our older fairest of the fair, ladies.
And I have to refer to my catalog because I get them all confused. Junior Miss, which is ages 11 through 13, Miss Teen, which is ages 14 to 16, and then the fairest of the fair, which is ages 17 to 20. So that's Monday night.
That's Monday night. We definitely encourage folks to definitely go out to the website, get your entry forms, go on and get those in.
Yes.
Definitely look at the contest rules and get your young ladies that are interested in signing up to sign on up.
Right. People ask questions on the Facebook page, and we don't mind answering those questions, but what we do is we go to the website because there's no way for whoever's answering those questions to know all the answers. So if people can go and click on that competition tab, and then it'll tell you all everything you need to know. Because we might leave something out if you ask us, but we'll definitely give it a shot.
Yes, so. But that is definitely where we want them to go.
Right. You're not going to ask me any questions about that, are you?
No,
good.
No, you're good. I don't think I'm going to ask you anything about the ball gowns and what they have to wear, or what if there's a certain thing for their hair or makeup. I won't ask you.
I can contribute because it's sponsored by the Flower House, Jean's Lawn Garden, Marvin's Lumber, and Pendergrass Supply and Rentals. So
you can contribute on the Fairest of the Fair.
Right. That's all I know.
We like to give our beauties that day to get ready, be prepared. That night they'll come out, and it's always a fun competition just to see them. It's a great way for them to definitely get stronger and be out in front of folks. It's a wonderful thing.
That's good.
It's something, the Fairest of the Fair and just competing in these competitions is something that we like to look at whenever we're looking for our scholarship entries. And a lot of people may not know that, but the Fair Association, we actually give a scholarship each year to someone who's graduating from either Lincoln County or Fayetteville City or Riverside is eligible. And so knowing and putting in their application that they have participated in these pageants and participated in the other fair events is a great asset on those applications. So just a little insider information.
It takes a lot of, you have to get up your courage. It takes a little bit of courage, but it's a great learning opportunity and a great way for them to get some of the older group gets to answer questions, and some of those questions are hard.
They're hard, yeah.
Last year's Fairest of the Fair winner was Miss Brianne Buford, and she'll be crowning this year's 2019 winner.
And she goes on, and our Fairest of the Fair goes on to compete in Nashville at our state state convention, our Tennessee Association of Fairs convention. So when she wins the Fairest of the Fair here, then she'll participate in a beauty contest there in January. So. All
right. That's always fun.
And it's a fun weekend for them.
Absolutely.
We help with rooms and that kind of stuff, and and they get to be with all the other county fairs, Fairest of the Fair girls, and they go out and do things, and they do dances and this kind of stuff. So it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun for them, and it's a great opportunity for them.
It is.
So that's our Monday night. Now, what else will be going on Monday night? Because we got lots of other things. That'll be on one stage, and then we'll have on other stages on Monday night. We'll actually have other things going on.
We do. In front of the grandstand, we'll have our stock truck and tractor pull. We started this a couple of years ago, and it grows every year. We have more entries for it, and we have more spectators for it. It's limited. It's not a huge, the big smoke boiling, like the sanction pool, hot rod tractors and stuff. This is, they've got limits on engine size and that kind of stuff. But if you got a stock four-wheel drive tractor, a truck, or tractors you want to pull, if you got your garden tractor you want to pull, whatever it is, bring it, and we'll hook it up and see how you do. So, and it's growing. It's getting better and better every year, and we had a lot of interest last year in it. So.
Everybody always enjoys that. That's always kind of fun. That's a lot for the local folks.
It is for local. And we got a lot of locals with the big, powerful tractors as well. But these are guys and girls that kind of follow this group. They put on other tractor pulls. Lions Club puts one in Petersburg on. They do Belfast. They do some, I think, Lewisburg, Marshall County. So they kind of follow this pool. And so we were lucky enough to get slid in the mix. So we're doing that on Monday night again this year.
But one of the main things that the general public needs to know is that this is the day that all kids or students, I guess I should say, and teachers and school employees get in free.
All right.
So yeah.
All they have to do is show an ID or
basically the kids, as long as you look like a kid, you can get in. once again, I guess you get in free.
So you look or act.
But if they're college age or high school age and, questionable, they might want to show their school ID or their college ID. But of course, teachers and school employees, we do expect some type of school employee ID
identification for them to get in free.
Right. It's free from open to close.
Right. And it's also an armband day. So that helps.
Absolutely. An armband day is they're $15 that night.
$15.
So that's a great deal. You're going to get in for free, and then you can get as many armbands as you need to ride.
That's right. I mean, we think it's a good deal, and there again, I'll have to credit Kay for coming up with this for the school free gate. It's our way of giving back too. We receive so much. For our fair, we want to give back to the community. That's one way we can do it. It's a good night to bring your kids and let them ride and see the tractor pull. And it's just a fairly calm night, so it works out pretty good. We've had really.
Fairs to the fair.
That's it. Yeah. We've had good turnouts on Mondays, so it's worked out well for us.
All right, guys, we're to Tuesday. This is a big day. This is a really big day.
Tuesday is actually my favorite day. And I tell him, if it wasn't for Tuesday, I wouldn't do this. I love it. I love Tuesday. Because we start out that day with our special needs populations from the Skills Development Center, adults, and then from the school systems, those who need some extra help. They come to the fair at that morning, and they get to ride all the rides. And the Bell City amusement people they're just precious, helping these folks with if they've got mobility issues or they're scared. They're so kind and so compassionate and so gentle with these folks, and they just have the best time. So they come in and they get to ride and they get to go through the buildings. Mr. Quick has them an ice cream cone. We provide them with a drink. We've got a few of us who bring in some extra little goodies to send home with them, and so we just want everybody. We want them to come and have a good day, and it's especially for those with sensory issues. Then it's a little bit calmer, so that they're not inundated with just huge crowds of people and things like that. So it's just a day that we really set aside to just celebrate them and let them have a good time at their pace.
Absolutely.
So that's the best day to start.
Yeah. I went a couple of years, probably tied up doing something else on Tuesday, and the first year I went down to help. I'll call it help. I went to watch, I guess, but that was my first year, and then after that, it don't matter, what's happening. I'm gonna be there on Tuesday morning. That's just that'll warm your heart. It really will.
One of the kids even got him on the merry-go-round.
Yeah.
And he couldn't stand the merry-go-round, and he was on the merry-go-round.
Yeah, I don't do well on rides.
I understand. But that's also, harness racing starts that day.
Mm-hmm. It does.
And that's a fun day. That's always a really fun day for folks to come out.
It is. It's a senior citizen day.
Mm-hmm.
So 62 and over is $2 to get in. And let's face it, you get there at 2 o'clock, you can stay till midnight if you want to for $2. Because on that Tuesday, we have harness racing day and night. So it's harness racing has been around here for a long time, and we enjoy it. It's still a good sport. We have the only harness racing track in the state of Tennessee. It's kind of bittersweet for us this year. Mr. Charlie Thurl, our announcer, this last year was his final year. He called us and said he's going to come for a visit on Tuesday, but we've had to find another announcer to call the races. He trained under Mr. Charlie for several years. Mr. Jim Dance Jr. Will be coming in to replace Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie's coming on Tuesday. I'm not sure. We still don't know if it's day or night yet, but he'll probably come stay the whole day if I had to guess. And I want to invite everybody to come out on Tuesday. He's going to be there. We want to congratulate him on his retirement. We want to make sure he has a good day. It'll be the Charlie Thurl Day, no doubt. So we're going to ask him to call one more race before he officially retires. We'll see how that goes. But everybody come out for Mr. Charlie. He is retiring, and we want to make sure that we send him off with the Lincoln County way.
Absolutely. It won't be the same not to say, here comes the head of the stretch. Look out for the head of the stretch.
I'm not going to make it through because I'm getting emotional just listening to him talk about it. I'm not going to make it through that day.
That's what
I just don't know what we're going to do without Mr. Charlie.
Mr. Charlie's just a good person, period.
Absolutely.
He's just a fine gentleman and fine Southern gentleman, and I respect him totally.
So you definitely want to come out on Tuesday, especially our senior citizens. I mean, $2, that's a great deal. But also, it's just a fun day to hear to see the races and just watch them race and have a large time. And as you said, it goes into the night.
Right.
But we also, on the other stage, are going to have some more of our little beauties.
More beauties.
That's right. You want me to tell what I know right quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Read from the book.
No, I was going to say this is also sponsored by the Flower House, Gene's Lawn and Garden, Marvin's Lumber, and Pendergrass Supply and Rentals. That's all I know about that too.
But we've got several different age groups.
We do.
We'll make sure to ask you that again.
Yeah, please do.
This is, but I have to read. I give him a hard time, but I have to go from the book too. The Tiny Miss, which is ages 2 to 3. Now, this is new. We've only, I think last year was the first year we'd added those. Then we have the Little Miss, which is 4 to 6, and then the Young Miss, which is 7 to 10. Now, this starts at 6 o'clock. Now, the one on Monday night starts at 7, but this night starts at 6, trying to get the little ones on and off before they get too cranky.
Get them home and get them in bed.
Yeah, because we don't want to be accused of being the reason that kids don't go to school the next day. So we try to get them home and get them in the bed.
Harness racing will start at 7.
Right.
It starts at 6.
Right.
And harness racing will start at 7.
Right.
2 and 7.
2 and 7.
Right. But the other big thing about Tuesday is that's also when we recognize our Century Farms. And we've got a big list, and that's in the catalog. So invite everybody to get a catalog. Keep this catalog. I think this is going to be one, especially being 115 years, the cover, everything. But get a catalog and look at the number of your neighbors who are actually Century Farm owners.
And there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them, and I just think that's just a great thing. But we have a reception for them and their families, and they come in that day, and so that's a good day too. Tuesday's my favorite day.
So we definitely don't want to miss Tuesday. Although we don't want to miss Friday or Saturday or Sunday either.
No.
Let's talk a little bit. We leave Tuesday, but also on Tuesday is something else that you are going to want to talk about, I feel certain.
That's it. Tuesday night, compliments of Bill and Robin Shelton, wholesale trailer and livestock and rental. On the highway across from Walmart, they are giving away a utility trailer. We did one last year. They agreed to do another one this year. So every entry into when you buy your ticket to get in the gate, just like the other giveaways that goes in the box, we'll draw from that box for a utility giveaway, trailer giveaway. They're very nice trailers. Yeah, I'd like to have one.
PJ trailers.
They're PJ brand trailers. Bill and Robin have been super good to do this for us. That's an expensive trailer just to give away, but they've also added something this year. They also sell CM truck beds. So anybody that has a CM truck bed on their truck, if you'll come to the fair, we'll have a special location for you to park. They're going to give away $500 in prize money for, and I'm not sure of all the categories, the oldest
sharpest truck, oldest, one that's traveled the most miles, most lights, oldest.
Yep, there's several categories. I think there's 5 categories, $100 per category. But the CM truck bed dealer will be there, and he's happened to sponsor this as well. But wholesale trailer and livestock and rental, they are one of our premier sponsors, and for them to donate a trailer to give away, all you got to do is come pay your entry fee, and it's on Tuesday night. So it could be you paid $2 to get in the gate, and you want a PJ trailer. So that's a pretty good deal. But we want to encourage everybody that's got a CM truck bed to bring it. We're going to have some other specials to go with that. I'm not sure exactly what all Bill and Robin have planned. They're going to have some drinks and so forth and so on. So I think it'll be a fun time. And nothing else. If you got a CM truck bed, bring it. And you got a better place to park.
At the start-finish lines for the races. So, I mean, you don't get any better than that.
Your front row. So
right.
It works out pretty good. But they have been so good to help us and continue to do so.
Absolutely. We also want to talk about, we talked about the Senior Citizens Day. We want to get into Wednesday. Wednesday's a big day too for us. Wednesday, there's harness racing again at 2 o'clock.
Right.
So you definitely want to come and listen as they roll on, because that's like you said, that we're one of the few places left that still has it, and it's super. It's neat to watch.
I think the closest track to us, I may be wrong, but I think the closest racetrack to us is Paducah, Kentucky. Of course, Kentucky has pari-mutuel racing, so Lexington, Kentucky, and Paducah, Kentucky is the closest ones to us right now. So, if you want to watch harness race, if you've never watched it, it's thrilling. It is to us. I mean, it is to me. I get excited about it, and that's, I try to watch at least. I like to watch one or two a day anyway. So, especially if we got one racing, that works out pretty good too.
Well, this is just how quickly it gets ingrained in them. And not just because they're our grandchildren, but we've got 2 grandsons who just think that, the fair is harness racing. They know that there are rides, but it's more about the harness racing for them. But both of them, whenever they're on the grounds with us when we're working, Hudson, the 6-year-old, was out there playing the other day, and he had a radio so he could talk to me, and he said, and I could hear him. He was calling the races on the radio, and he's hollering, "Watch them in the backstretch, here they come." And it just gives me chill bumps to know that we have that kind of a heritage that is being built with our kids, and that's what makes it special to us.
I guess, which is why we do all this.
It is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Wednesday. Wednesday's a big day too.
It is.
There's, like I said, harness racing starts at 2. Then what do we have Wednesday night? There's a lot going on Wednesday night.
I'll let you do the power wheels.
Okay. This is something that we just love, and I probably get more traffic on Facebook about this than I do anything, and that's the Power Wheels Demolition Derby. Some people call it the Little Tykes, and that's where the kids bring in their little Power Wheel vehicles, and we put balloons on the back, and they bump each other and try to bust each other's balloons. And we're going to do that on Wednesday night, then we'll do it again on Saturday night with the big derby. But this Wednesday, Wednesday night is the stock derby, and Randy can tell you a little bit more about that. But the Power Wheels, Stephen Smith and Dale Rowland put that on for us, and they kind of coordinate that. C&S Plastics sponsors it, and once again, it's one of those things that makes all the other hard work and sweat worth it, is to just see those babies get out there and have that fun.
They have a large time. It's a very heated competition.
It really is, and it's almost worth it to just train a camera on the mamas and the daddies that as they're watching. That's almost just as much fun. So, but that starts at 6 o'clock, and we've got their own special designated parking place, so that they can come in, they can unload their stuff, and we're going to make it a big deal about it. So.
After that derby, we have our stock demolition derby. It's kind of what they used to run several years ago. Before, like everything, it grows and gets bigger and bigger. Then you start having modified cars. These are pretty much stock cars. I can't go over the rules. I mean, there's so many of them, but they're in the catalog. They're on the website.
Absolutely.
AC Auto Sales, Berzette Excavating, Scott's Auto Body, and Cars Plus sponsor this for us. For a Wednesday night derby, we've got good purse money. We've got $5,000 guaranteed purse money. So that it does bring people from out of town. But we did this on Wednesday night to give people a chance that decides right now they want to do the derby. It's not a lot of work. It don't take near as much work to do as the derby on the last Saturday night. So they can kind of chain the doors, knock the glasses out, and roll. So that's kind of what this is.
What do y'all call it? Run what you brung.
Run what you brung.
English-wise, that drives me crazy, but it makes sense.
But it's the derby's always, and yes, we're having 2 nights derbies this year. But derby's always a crowd pleaser. We always have good turnouts for derbies, and that's one of my favorite nights as well, is to watch the derby. So our kids grew up running in it, so we kind of got an inside to that part of it, and thankfully they've started judging instead of running in it.
Yeah.
Except for one.
Helps my nerves.
And Chase still has one, so we'll see how that works out.
They haven't told me about that yet.
So thank you. Some things you just don't grow away from. So you told you on television.
Yeah,
so you could.
so I can't freak out about it. So, yeah.
But we're going to have the demolition derby on the main in front of the grandstands. But then we're also, maybe that's not your thing and something else is, but on Wednesday night, this has been a huge, this is what, the third year this has been there? Is there's, on the second stage, there's wrestling.
Yeah. To me, this is our crowd participation night. Because the more the crowd gets into both of these events, the better they're going to be. We've, the wrestling with Jeremy Flint, Bobby Graham, some other local favorites who, come in and take a big part of it. And I've just enjoyed. I've learned so much about wrestling from talking to these guys, and I can't tell all their secrets. I know a little bit more of their secrets than I can actually divulge. But what's going to be different this year is we've got some female wrestlers coming.
Oh wow!
So, and one is actually going to sing our national anthem.
Oh wow!
At the Derby, and she is actually an opera singer.
Oh.
So we go from opera singer to wrestler. So and this lady, I think, she's poised to be one of wrestling's superstars.
Oh wow!
And
so
starting to come on pretty. And I don't have her name. I'm sorry. I should have written that down. But I don't know. I'm afraid to say it. But she's very very talented and looks like she's on her way up. So we're excited about that.
It's been a good. I mean, we've had good turnouts for it. It's great.
I was going to say that's always been a large thing here in the last few years that you've done it. It was just something that you thought you'd try, and ever since the fair decided to do it, it's been large. It's been a good crowd pleaser.
Well, and it's an $8 admission night. So it's one of the cheapest nights, to get in.
Absolutely.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are $8 admission, general admission. And so there's nowhere else you can go for $8 and see two big events like this. So, and of course the rides will be open there. It's not an armband night, but for $8, you can't go anywhere for $8 and see that amount of entertainment.
You could almost stand in the middle and watch both of them at the same time.
Just keep going back and forth.
We've actually heard people who are saying, "Why don't y'all do that on the same night? I can't do both." So I like that problem. I like giving people that problem.
They can't decide.
Right.
But so Wednesday night will be a big night. It'll be a lot of fun. $8 admission. Then we get into Thursday. Harness racing again.
2
o'clock.
I want to back up on Wednesday as well. That's a chicken show.
That's big.
It's a big deal.
This is really big.
Yes, the chicken show on Wednesday. Then they have an auction after that. They auction. They actually sell the chickens. So if you want to go get you some prize chickens, that's a good place to do it. And I know everybody. I'm looking like, where's all those people going? And they're walking towards the barn. We're going to chicken sale. I mean, they got a really good crowd for a chicken sale.
This is the 4-H kids that get them in the spring. They raise these from chicks until they're chickens, and they take a lot of pride in raising those chickens. And they all take a lot of time, and they are super proud of them. They show them, and then they're ready to. They sell them at a high price.
They sell them at a high price, but as far as somebody that especially just starting out, they're all gentle. They've been handled. They're not. They're not going to flog you and spur you and that kind of stuff. So it's really cool. It is cool to watch it, and I try to do that if I can.
Kids get bragging rights too.
That's right.
Theirs goes to the highest.
You got it. Whichever brings the most. That's exactly right. That's right.
You gotta get those bragging rights in there too. That's a big deal.
I think that's a lot of what the fair's about. Whether you're entering your jams and jellies, your flowers, your quilts, your tobacco, your cotton. It's
your
all
pictures,
your race car, your racehorse. It's all about the bragging rights.
Absolutely. So Thursday we'll have harness racing at 2 o'clock.
Right.
And then that night we're going to do something pretty neat, kind of different, kind of cool.
Yeah, this was we've talked about this for the last few years, and we decided to try it, and we made some contacts with some folks. We're going to have a rodeo, first time in several years. It's been a long time since we've had a rodeo in Lincoln County. We're looking forward to it. Robertson Productions is the promoter for this, and he has a good following, so we're expecting a lot of competitors to show up. We got to give kudos to First Bank for being one of our premier sponsors on that. You'll see their names scattered around through the arena, several different places, but it's Cowgirls Barrel Racing. Then we've got team roping, bull riding, saddle bronc riding, Cowgirl breakaway roping, and it's more events in this rodeo on one night than you see a lot of rodeos you go to. They've got steer wrestling, the bareback riding. It's going to be good. It's going to be a lot of fun, and really looking forward to it. Cahoots, Genesco, Leading Edge Realty, Debbie Ragsdale. I'll get it out in a minute. I lost my train of thought. And North Alabama Title and Escrow out of Huntsville are our sponsors. This is, I guess we've had as many calls and stuff on this as we have anything, because it is something new, and it's going to be good. And we hope it is, because we want to continue that tradition of a rodeo. So it's just something fresh and new.
It's $10 admission, and notice the 8 o'clock start time. But school is out on Friday.
No school the next day.
We're good. We're good.
No school the next day.
For the county schools. I don't.
So you definitely want to come out and see that. And as you said, it's not a bad admission at all, and it's an armband.
Yeah, that's right. It is armband. So if your kids don't like the rodeo, you can buy them an armband, let them go ride, and you can watch the rodeo. So that it's Thursday's going to be. I'm looking forward to Thursday. I really am.
It'll be something to see. Maybe some folks haven't seen that. You haven't lived until you've seen a barrel race and seen them fly through there, and you're amazed at. All of that's really fun to watch.
And going back to our rodeo, and I can't, to the catalog, the rodeo picture that's in the catalog, that's Sadie Wooliver.
That's a local person.
That's a local lady. She is now gone off to college in Oklahoma, but she has participated on the high school rodeo circuit. And Jennifer and Joey and Sadie let us use her picture for our catalog. Don't know that she'll be here to participate. We wish she was. But we're just so proud to have her in the catalog. That's what we like about the catalog. We like to pull in as much local as we can and showcase our local talent.
Absolutely. Friday. This is a big night. This will be a big day too. You'll have harness racing at 2 o'clock, but that night's a big night.
It is a big night, and it gives. She starts pulling her hair out on Friday, because the sanction truck and tractor pulls, they all have big rigs, and trying to find a place to get them in, get them parked, is a bit of a challenge. But she makes it work, and we get them all in, because it's still growing. Well, we still have people coming in that hadn't been there before. So that's one of the things that we really look forward to. Is if you want to see some smoke rolling, that's the night to be there. It's loud. It's loud. We'll have earplugs available for the children. So it is a big tractor pull night. If you like truck and tractor pulls, this is a sanctioned pull. It's as big as any pull you want to go to anywhere. Same group of folks come to us that go to Chapel Hill, that go to Ardmore, and they're there. And you're talking about competition. Now, these people are competitive. There's no doubt about it.
Very much so.
So, but then we've got our sponsors: First National Bank, H&R AgriPower, Rogers Group, Tri-Green Equipment, Parsons Oil. We can't do it without those people. Tri-Green and H&R furnishes all the tractors to drag stuff back and forth, work the tracks, get it ready, that kind of stuff. And you want to do
Well, we're giving away a John Deere. Either your choice between a John Deere XUV, which is the side-by-side, their version of a side-by-side, and then a zero-turn lawnmower that you get to pick from. And you can actually buy tickets to enter the drawing for that. Now, the drawing for the trailer and for the car comes out of your admission tickets. Every paid admission gets a ticket to put in the boxes located around the fairgrounds, and then we draw for the trailer on Tuesday night and then the car on Saturday night. But this will be a drawing in and of itself, that you can buy the tickets from any of your local fair board members or at the country store the night of the drawing.
Tri-Green has some.
And Tri-Green has some, yes. And Tri-Green out at Park City. So you draw out of those, and then you get your choice of either the lawnmower or the side-by-side.
Let's talk about, you mentioned the country store too.
Yeah.
So we need to tell folks about the country store once they get there, because there may be some other items there that they might want.
And I really wish that I could have put my hands on one this morning, because we've got some really cool T-shirts, caps. We've got rain slickers that are coming in. We're going to have some jackets. So a good variety of things. And Miss Lorraine Revis and Miss Dixie Yarbrough worked real hard on that country store. And Miss Patricia Jacobs, she helps me. And they've got a lot of different people that help in there, but they kind of stock it and keep it rolling for us throughout the week. And that is kind of your central information hub. Those people know what's going on. Those ladies have their pulse on the Lincoln County Fair, so they know.
If you want to know what's going on or where to find something, stop at the country store. I promise you will know. You will be full of information when you leave.
Yeah,
gotcha.
They always keep some bottled water, and they've got an air conditioner in there, so it's kind of a good way to kind of stop in and check in. And I think Miss Lorraine has even done a few crafts and has invited some people if they had just one or two samples of their crafts, if they wanted to include them there. Of course, very connected to Lincoln County, but if there was an item or two you wanted to put in there, and she might try to help you sell them. So if somebody's interested in doing that, get in touch with us, and we'll put you in touch with Miss Lorraine.
And also Monday through Thursday, if you want chairs, you'll buy chairs from the country store. Our local Boy Scouts do the chairs for us on opening Saturday and Sunday. Then they also do them Friday and Saturday of closing. And we pay, we make a considerable donation to them to do that. But during the day, they don't have enough members. So during the week, if you need chairs, they'll have them at the country store. You can buy those if you need a chair to sit on the track or on the fence, depending on what's going on the track. So if you want to do that, they'll have them available. But can't thank Tri-Green enough, John Deere, for their donation of the side-by-side and the lawnmower. It's going to be good. It'll be good. We're going to give one or the other away.
It seems like we've been through the fair and we haven't even begun yet. We encourage folks to really get out there and look at the website. Definitely, that's where you're going to find out when all the agricultural shows are, because or find a fair book.
Yeah.
Because right in the middle there is everything that's going on, daily events, and it labels it out for you. I'm talking about anywhere from the goat show to the miniature horses, all the way to the hog shows, anything, the poultry, anything and everything that you can think of, it's in here. And
rabbits.
We definitely, the rabbits, absolutely.
We have one of the largest goat shows in the Southeast. I mean, last year we had, I'm not going to tell you my entries because I'm going to tell you, I'll tell it wrong, 400 and something though, I think, entries.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. We have a large goat show.
But you're also going to see dairy cattle, beef cattle. You're going to see sheep. That's a big deal.
Right.
So definitely, get a fair book, find one. They're all out through the community, or get on the website. If you can't find a book, get on the website.
And one thing I guess we forgot to mention on Thursday night is our sponsors coupon night. If you'll go to any of these sponsors, they will have coupons for $5 off on the armband. So go in and see any sponsor of Lincoln County Fair, and you will have a $5 off coupon you can pick up. Pick up as many as you need for your family, and that's a $5 off on Thursday night.
Absolutely.
And the best place to find them is in the book. And what I love about this catalog is our sponsors are in the very center of the book. That's how important they are to us. So, look in there, there's all their logos, and I think there's one that's missing from that, and that came on late, and that is Morelli. Out of Lewisburg.
Used to be Calsonic.
Used to be Calsonic. And we wouldn't be here talking to you if it wasn't for these folks on this page. So we appreciate them. But that's the first place to go to get your coupons that night.
Absolutely. So there's coupons for that night. And then we roll into the last day.
The last day.
The last day, Saturday. It's a big day.
I'm tired already.
It's a big day. It's a really big day for the Lincoln County Fair. 1 o'clock, we start the harness racing.
Right. And you'll see some of the better races on Saturday. We're kind of the last stop on some of these guys on their way home. So this is their final racing before they retire for the winter. So they're going to give it their all. They'll have some of their better horses, open caliper horses here. And you'll see some really, really good harness racing. Then we have also have our mule and draft horse show on that Saturday as well. I have to give Mr. Ronald Pearson heads that up for us. He and Mr. Hugh Moffitt, they do a fantastic job kind of revitalizing that to get it back going again. So had some good entries last year. If you hadn't been around mules and draft horses, just walk by one of them. They're huge. But that show takes place in the cattle barn. Also, then they'll do a parade of those during the harness racing.
And then that night we'll have the Little Tykes Power Wheels Derby starting at 6 o'clock. As you said, that's a crowd pleaser.
It is,
and it's a heated battle.
It'll be our modified Little Tykes Derby, if that's what you want to call it. They're on the big night, so they're excited to do that to the little ones. And if the kids run on Wednesday night, they can come back on Saturday night. We don't have a limit for that, so they'll come back.
And there's no cost for them to enter.
No,
they just show up.
They just show up and enter.
Yeah.
If they've got a battery-operated vehicle, we do prefer that it have sides on it, that they don't do motorcycles and that type of stuff where their legs are exposed. We still want to be safe about it.
Absolutely.
So we want their legs covered if at all possible.
Like some doors on the
side. Doors on the
Ages
side.
3 to 7.
We had some that put some shin guards on. That helped some. Just happened to have.
I missed that.
Just happened to have little brother's shin guards from hind catching in the truck, so they put them on the little girl, and that was her. She done okay.
She did okay.
She did okay.
They get ruthless
yes.
now. These kids will get a little ruthless to pop those balloons.
We had a little issue in our summer derby that we had. It rained that day. The tape wouldn't stick to the little cars for the balloons, so we just let them run without balloons. And there was pieces of plastic laying around on the ground. They didn't care. They'd run over each other and try to take out a headlight or whatever they could. So we just let them have fun.
They enjoyed it.
They had a big time, and when they knocked a piece of plastic off, it made them happy.
Yeah, they were happy. They enjoyed that, I'm sure.
Safety coordinator didn't approve that, but we didn't tell her till it was over with.
Gotcha. I understand.
They don't tell me a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I know we're getting ready to wrap up, and I know we're running out of time, and I know we really want to focus on the car, but I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you a couple of things that we left out, and that's on the Fayetteville Lumber Stage.
Absolutely.
On Thursday, we got excited about the wrestling, and we forgot about everything else from there. On Thursday, we've got the Dance Academy that's coming to perform, and then on Friday, we've got Cheer Magic All-Stars, and they're going to be performing on that stage.
Put on a great show.
They will. They are precious. And
very talented.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Very talented.
They don't do anything to stress me out. I like watching them. And then on Saturday, then we'll have the open mic night, and we'll be putting out some more information about the open mic night as it gets a little bit closer. But anybody that's got any talent or thinks you've got talent, that would be your night to come and perform. So we'll get you some more information out for that.
Absolutely, definitely be
That's
watching.
Your night. That's your night.
My night. No, I don't sing. No, I don't sing very much, so that would not be my night. But definitely, we want folks. We've got a lot of talent here in this community,
Sure.
so it's a great way for you to come out and share that talent with other folks. I may not have that talent, but you may have that talent.
Exactly.
So we definitely encourage you to look at be watching the Facebook page and also the website for more information about that.
Right.
And who knows? I mean, people's coming by, and we have people there all the time that go make us say, "The guy's really good," or "That lady's really good."
Absolutely.
So, so that's different. That's something new for us. We're looking forward to it.
And for all the events on the Fayetteville Lumber Stage, we've got City of Fayetteville, Flower House, I think we've mentioned those, Jean's Lawn and Garden, Pendergrass, and Palatech.
All right, folks, you ready?
We're ready to go.
This is the big deal.
It is.
We're going to have a demolition derby, and it's going to be a big demolition derby.
We call this the big boys.
Yeah, this is the big boys.
Yes, this is a hard-hitting, fast-paced demolition derby. We have $15,000 in prize money. We pay out more prize money for a demolition derby than I'm saying from anywhere from southern Alabama to Illinois. That's where they have some of the bigger derbies, but our purse money equals and matches that. So they do roll in. We do have them from East Tennessee. We have them from West Tennessee. We have them from Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, and Ohio. We had 5, I think, last year rolled in from Kentucky. These guys come for the money. And if they're going to pull that far, they're coming to win. So they're serious. Their car's legal, or they're not going to pull that far and take a chance on getting disqualified. They're inspected very well. Everybody plays by the same rules. And when we put them in the ring, it's best man wins. So this is going to be hard hitting, and it's fast paced, and it is one of the best We have one of the best demolition derbies I've ever watched.
Gotcha.
It's very good. We kind of give them their own leadway. We don't want to make it too slick. That's always set well with everybody. But we want it to have enough traction they can go somewhere. So we don't want to get it to where they're just sitting there spinning.
Right.
So the harder they can hit, the more racket they can make, the more stuff they can tear up, the better the crowd likes it. And we're there for one reason. That's put on a show for our crowd. So that's why we do it.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of going on there. And folks, there's a lot of rules on this. So if that's something that you're interested in, you
Yes.
definitely need to
Right.
go to the website, and you definitely need to read and make sure you got everything that you need to know, because those folks are going to be the ones that can answer those questions
That's
for
correct.
you.
That's correct.
Because-
Between Chad, and the numbers are on there, Chad Cooley, Ryan Locke, and Paul Armstrong can answer most any question you got. They've done this for years themselves, so they know what to look for. They know that what you got to have to be able to pass inspection, and they'll answer your questions. The phone numbers are on the website and also on the catalog.
Absolutely. So this is also a big night, just not because of the Demolition Derby, but because of the...
Giving away a 2019 Toyota Camry. We're so excited about this. This is our third year to do this. We reached out to some local folks about 3 years ago. 3 years ago, and said, used to back in the day, the fair gave away a new car, and I know they gave away several during the week. Things have changed a lot since then. Cars cost a little more money now. The profit margin is not as great on them as they used to be. So we feel very fortunate. I went to Mr. Robert Register at Landers McClarty Toyota, and I said, hey, if we decide to give a car away, what kind of deal will you give us on it? He just kind of reared back in his chair and said, we'll make it work. I said, well, we don't know what we can do. He said, you get close as you can, you come back and see me. They give us numerous discounts. He takes his advertising money that he's going to spend for the month of August, I think, and sets it aside for the car. So he also not only lets us have it at cost, he also kicks in money for it as well. Then I started going and knocking on other doors. Bank of Lincoln County was one of the first ones to jump on it. I can't thank Mr. Charles Glegor and Dale Glegor and Gay Dempsey enough for being on board with that. They kind of instituted everyone to get started in it. I do have to go through these and tell you who sponsors this car. These people paid for the car. If you win this car, you get a new 2019 Toyota Camry. The taxes have already been paid on it. There's a good chance that unless we forget, it'll be full of gas. The only thing you got to do is go buy your tag. So for the cost of a tag, you got a new car, that's a pretty good deal. And every time you come through the gate and you pay your admission, you get a ticket to go in the drawing. So needless to say, the more you come, the more chances you got. The sponsors for this, I'll say Landers McClarty Toyota again, Lincoln Paving, Bank of Lincoln County, Holtz IGA, Park City, SJ&L General Contractors in Park City, and Stovall's Body Shop and Record Service. These people make it possible. I would like to take the credit for us buying the car and giving it away or whatever. No, they paid for the car. These sponsors paid for it lock, stock, and barrel. It's a free car to whoever wins the car. On Saturday night, September 14th at 9 o'clock, we're going to draw a winner, just like we have the last 2 years.
And I think this is this and the rodeo are two of the examples of us listening to our customers. What do you want? And that's the two things that they said: bring back the car giveaway and bring back the rodeo. And we're trying. It's working, and we appreciate all the community support we've got. The support from our sponsors, like these guys. They're not only this good to us, they're good to all their customers like that. And I'm listening to Randy talk about his conversation with Mr. Robert, and I'm thinking I can hear him and his salesman saying that to anybody that comes on the lot. We can get close. Let's see what we can do. Let's work out a deal. That's just what they do. And all the others are the same way. They're just very community minded and customer oriented, and that's what we appreciate.
Going back to every one of these sponsors that personally go and sit down and talk to them, and every one of them told me the same thing. We've been very fortunate. Our business is good because of Lincoln County, and we want to give back to Lincoln County. We want to give back to our community, and I'm just not telling you that to be telling you that. Every one of them personally told us that they want to give back to our community. So I can't think of a better way. It's it's kind of what I told them. I think giving away somebody a new car is pretty cool.
Now, you must be present to win.
Must be present to win.
And
Yes.
and that'll be at 9 o'clock that night.
9 o'clock that Saturday night. If we didn't make it, you had to be present to win. Then there's too many different avenues that can fall through. Too many holes in the bucket. So if we make it, you got to be present to win. There's nothing more exciting than watching somebody holding this ticket above their head, screaming and hollering, coming across the crowd. That'll give you cold chill bumps when they come up with that, and they got the right number.
And they got the right number.
Right.
Now it's also an armband day, so you don't want to miss that. You don't want you don't want folks to know about that as well. And admission's $12 all day.
All day. It's a good deal. It's a good deal to come in and get to watch everything, hang around, watch the Derby for that night, the open mic night on the little stage. And just to be a part of the car giveaway. It's nice to stand back and see the crowd, the sea of people that the grandstands are full. It's full all the way to the Derby track, all the way down the food court, down through there, people standing and listening for that number. And it's just a good feeling all the way around. Makes it worth it. All the hard work makes it worth it.
Well, we've been talking about the 115th Annual Lincoln County Fair. We've had Mr. Randy and Miss Kay Cowley with us today. They've kind of been giving us information, helping us get prepared, helping us make our plan out in our minds of what we need to do and where we need to go, and also how to get prepared for the fair. But we definitely want to tell people the dates of the fair. We also want to tell them the website and how they can find it on social media. So folks will go out and they'll start looking for those rules, go get your entry form. Start getting your stuff together. Because it takes a little while. And we're not that far out, so we want folks to get excited. We want you to start looking for it and start getting your things together, because it's time. It's here, folks.
We think we have one of the best county fairs, and not only in the state of Tennessee. It's kind of like the lady called me just a few days ago about the concert, and she said, Alabama doesn't know how to have a fair. Y'all do.
Well, we'll be there September 7th through the 14th. And September 6th is the Friday night. That's the soft opening, but the official dates are September 7th through the 14th. Look for the catalogs around town. Look for the sponsored coupons at these supporting businesses. You can get your season passes at the chamber. But then also look around wherever you've got the catalogs. You'll probably also see, I think this is one of the neatest things we've come up with this year, are the little what I call pocket cards. They're not the big sheets that tell you everything that's going on that you can just take around. They're little bitty pocket cards, rack cards, like you would see in the tourist areas or at the chamber or whatever. And they perfectly fit in your back pocket.
So you always know what's going on.
It's got the armband specials on it. It's got the events. It's got the times. It's got all of the livestock shows. It's got all of the special events and everything you need to know in one little handy card.
So definitely be on the lookout for those, because that's a great thing to have with you. But, it's great to tell folks. You talked about the scholarship, but also other things and opportunities that the fair does all year round. It's not just this one part of the year. It's all year round.
Right. We try to be accommodating to the special needs population, because we've got a shuttle that will pick up and transport anyone who has mobility issues when they're during the fair. But we try to make the grounds available to whatever organization needs it. And that's something that a lot of people don't understand, is that if it's a nonprofit, we don't charge them to use the building. And then that's why we have to make money during the fair, so we can cover the grounds and the upkeep and let other people, use the buildings and the grounds. We do Farm Safety Day for fourth graders. We do Farm City Day, thank you, I lost that. Farm City Day for first graders, where they've got a chance to see the process and the animals up close. So there's a lot of things that goes on. Kids hunting for a cure, it's a big deal down there. So lots of different things that happen at the fairgrounds that we don't charge these people for.
Gotcha.
And there's some sheep shows and goat shows during the spring and summer that go on down there as well.
So there's a lot of different things, and we definitely want to invite folks to come out to the 115th Annual Lincoln County Fair. Definitely check them out. If you'll look for Fayetteville Lincoln County TN Fair, don't just look up Lincoln County Fair.
Right,
You'll get to
right,
Nebraska.
right,
Or you might get to another place.
Right.
But definitely put that TN in there and you'll
Right,
find
right,
them.
right.
But then let's tell them the website, because that is where you need to go to
Right.
find your entry forms, find out any kind of information about the rules and the regulations for different events. That's where you need to go.
You can sign up online. You can enter your products, enter your livestock, all of that online. We're trying to get into the 21st century. We're headed that way. But it's homegrown, handmade, and farm fresh. And the website is LincolnCountyFairTN.com, September 7th through the 14th.
Absolutely. Well, we thank you, Mr. Randy and Miss Kay, for coming in and talking
Thanks
with
for
us
having us.
today and talking about the fair. And we hope that you've enjoyed this program, and we'll see you back in here next time for another edition of FPU's Channel 6.